Welcome back, everyone. We're going to do a quick Dodgers kind of talk here for you. Get some opinion on king of social media, Trevor Bauer, and our guy, JT, returning to the squad. So what do we think of the deal? 2 years, got a club option in there. Break it down, man. We got JT back on the squad. I know you guys got to be hyped for that.
Yeah, I love it. It's a great deal. 2 years with a third option. I think it's about 17 million a year, and that third would be 14. Who doesn't want JT on the Dodgers? That's where he should retire. You know, he's part of the heart and soul of that team. If he was on any other team, it would just be weird.
Agreed. In this journey, Cal State Fullerton, man, coming back out here. Mets gave up on the man. They look dumb. And his legacy out here. So I agree with you. It's only right and only fitting.
Yeah, dude. And I didn't know this. He's like the all-time leader in a lot of postseason hitting stats for the Dodgers, home runs, base hits, or just hits in general. So really happy to see him back on the squad, man. I think it's a team-friendly deal. It's only 2 years, so we didn't have to, pay him into I think he would be like 40 or 41 if it was a 4-year deal. So makes a lot of sense for both sides. The Dodgers are over I don't think it's called the luxury tax. There's another name for it.
It's like a tax threshold. Yeah, they're way over.
The tax threshold. There you go. So they're over that. So
they got money.
Yeah.
They do. Not to cut you off, but the last couple since they signed Bauer, which I know.
No, cut me off, man. Just pull the car over right in front of me, dude.
It's since they signed Bauer and it's even before. I think the Dodgers to MLB fans have become the Yankees. Everybody hates them except for Dodger fans, which I'm fine with. I think if that's your team, like everybody hated the Patriots. Why did everybody hate them? Because they won all the time, and they had great players. And so I think I feel like they're the new Yankees, which I'm fine with.
Well, then the Padres must be, I don't know, Boston, because everybody loves them right now.
Yeah.
Tatis just got the big bag.
Oh my gracious.
He deserves it. I think it was smart. I don't like the Padres, but everything they've done, just from MLB point of view, if I'm not a Dodgers fan, every move they've made is great. And signing that kid long term when he's 22 or 23, whatever he is, really smart.
For over a decade, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be like 36 or 37 when the contract ends.
I guess he's the one guy you got to give it to, right? Because some of those long deals haven't really worked out, man. Bryce Harper, obviously Mike Trout.
Manny Machado on one.
Yeah, they do. You're right. They just gave him a huge contract last year, Julian.
Yeah, dude. What dropping the bag?
What I don't like is the Dodgers get roasted for spending X amount of dollars every year, and they say like the talent's not homegrown, but it really is. It's all homegrown. And if you look at the Padres, none of their talent is really homegrown. No. You know what I mean? But if you look at the Dodgers, you got Kershaw, Buehler, Seager, Cody. Like there's so many players that are just Dodgers and came into the organization of, Dustin May, Gonsolin.
Prince.
Yeah, it's crazy. So when you hear that, it's like, man, yeah, they have Mookie Betts and now they got Bauer, these guys that make tons of money that were free agents or, gotten via trade. But I don't know the exact percentage. It seems like 80% of the team is homegrown. So,
yeah, Ned Colletti talks about that. He was the former GM of the Dodgers. Yeah. He said the hardest thing to do is to develop and win at the same time. So we've kind of figured that out. Hopefully we can keep doing it. But one guy that's kind of homegrown, I guess, is he's from LA area, the Valley. But we did pay him a big contract. Trevor Bauer. What do you think of this beef going on with the Mets, Julian, and Noah Syndergaard?
And Marcus Stroman.
You know, I'm on Bauer's side, Team Bauer. He's LA side. Whatever Bauer say, I'm on his side. We squabbing.
Plus he's UCLA.
True. LA ties.
I'll give you a different take if you want it. I'm not on either of their sides. I think Twitter beef between famous people is probably the stupidest thing ever. I'm sure they have each other's phone numbers.
So they're probably friends.
Right.
Yeah.
So like if you really haven't but it's, I know it's not all for show, but a lot of it is for show from all these, you know, whether it's musicians or actors or whatever. It's like they all have agents that if they want to really get in touch with the other person, they can. But when it's on Twitter, it makes it hilarious. But it's also, to me, it's also annoying. It's like, I don't want to see this crap all the time.
It's a business. It's entertainment. Like, you know, anything else, at the end of the day, it's a business. So maybe they are cool and they're just.
It reminds me of wrestling, like WWE, but on Twitter.
That I would pay to see a wrestling match between Trevor Bauer and Noah Syndergaard.
Oh yeah, isn't Thor like ripped though?
Yeah, I don't know actually.
No,
might have to go against.
Real fast though. You don't like the signing. You didn't want him.
I didn't, and look, he's already.
How are you feeling?
So far, I mean, this is exactly the guy that's been advertised. So I don't know. I guess he's kind of shut it off the last 3 days since they went to Camelback Ranch in Arizona. So at the end of the day, though, I'm gonna change my tune if he starts striking a bunch of guys out and winning games, and you know he's a Cy Young candidate again. So if he pitches his ass off for the Dodgers, I'll eat my words. I just hope this kind of stuff doesn't bleed over and, you know, cause a distraction to the team.
Yeah, I don't think it will. I think they're too tight-knit of a group and I think he'll do his thing, but you know, maybe on a more mellow level.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he's gonna buy into the culture just because he knows what the Dodgers as an organization can do. So he wants that World Series.
Right.
I feel like he'll sacrifice his personality.
I think he'll tame it down a little bit. We got a couple minutes left. I want to ask you guys, Kershaw, his contract is up after this year. I think, I'm not sure. I think he's, 34 or 35?
32, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, he says he wants to stay. They got to do whatever they got to do to keep him, right? Like he can't. I mean, he's my favorite player
of all time.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot because there's just tons of Dodgers players that I've loved, but I just can't. He's another one. I can't really see him going to another team. You know, what do you guys think?
I believe they're going to keep Kershaw. They're going to make something work out, let the media hype it up. But at the end of the day, Freeman knows they're keeping Kershaw. They're going to figure something respectable for Kershaw and respectable for them.
Right.
Yeah, got to agree. Can't see him anywhere else. I think Andrew Friedman and the gang figures out how to keep him in Dodger blue. And I think it's the best situation for him. I mean, it's not really saying a lot because obviously we're a great organization, but he doesn't need to pitch like a 1. He can be a 3 in this rotation.
Right. One thing I was saying to a couple of my buddies was that they're so deep with their starting rotation that if they wanted to, you know, I feel like Kershaw's like LeBron, like he doesn't want to sit. But if they wanted
Super
to,
competitive,
they could rest him. You know what I mean? He could pitch 3 games and then sit out. So get like a 8 or 9 day rest. Because they've got so much depth right now. You know, they got Urias, May, Gonsolin, like guys that can fill in just to get a spot start.
Do you think we should move David Price this year or keep him on this? Because, you know, there's the argument like, well, why do we need to have, you know, 6 starting pitchers?
I
we
would
trade
say
David Price because of his contract?
I would say see what he does. If he's the old David Price, why not keep him? But if he's, he had struggled the couple years before he got traded and then sat out last season. So with him, I would just say wait and see.
Agreed. Wait and see on David Price, just because we don't know what he has. He didn't play last season.
Yeah, he didn't play last season. So
interesting to see Price on the mound this season.
For sure.
I really want him to lock Seager up too. I don't want to see that guy on another team.
Man.
They're already over the tax threshold. Just pay these dudes.
Give them
whatever.
So, all right, we're about out of time.
Sounds good. Thanks for watching the show. We got some NFL coming your way too.
Yep.